In Washington, President Trump's healthcare loss is being called a disaster. But in this Trump stronghold north of Atlanta, the word used most often is disappointment.
Well, I'm disappointed they didn't have a plan going forward, that it wasn't something that they had prepared for, like he said, for 7 years.
Certainly it's a disappointing, but, just what I know about this bill, it did not get support from majority of the Congress.
Having 7 years to come up with a plan, probably should have done a better job.
But there's no gloom and doom here, no talk of abandoning ship.
Who, if anyone, in your mind, gets the blame?
Plenty of people that be pointing fingers at each other, and I don't know if that's really productive.
Do you blame anyone? Do you look critically at anyone for this?
No, not at all.
Rather than blame, they all prefer to frame the failure as a positive.
I'd like to view this as a lesson learned instead of a failure.
He's learning. So no, I give him some grace on this.
President learn how deep the swamp really is, and will find the right way to exert the art of the deal.
He sold himself as being the deal maker.
Paul Ryan failed to bring together disparate groups.
You don't see this then as a failure of the president to close the president. You see this as a failure of the job of the Speaker of the House.
I do.
That's Bob Gray. He's running for Congress in this part of Georgia to replace Tom Price, who Trump appointed Secretary of Health and Human Services. And the others agree.
I think Paul Ryan did a good thing pulling it versus failing.
That was a tactic, essentially.
Sure. Could he have been better prepared as to what the decision was going to be? I think that was a mistake.
Should he step down? Should he be gone?
No.
Should he step down?
I think we need to give this another chance. I think this is the number one priority. It's about credibility for leadership.
There is one point which they all disagree with the president. The Affordable Care Act should not be allowed to explode, as Trump said Friday.
I think there's still an opportunity to get this right, and they should stay focused on it.
Healthcare reform is not dead. It should come back at some point during his presidency.
As for their faith in Donald Trump?
Does what happened Friday change in any way your feelings about the president, your support of the president?
No.
Does this in any way change your feelings or support for the president of the United States?
No.
Absolutely not.
It does not for me.